Before I changed my work week, when I first opened my first tax office. So if you don't know, I am Dr. Sheika Square, and I am really good with numbers. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about me, like we're on a dating site. I'm really good with numbers. I love numbers, and it translates into my love of money. With individual clients in my money mindset membership group, we focus on bringing your mind to another level. Even with my individual clients, you'll hear them talk about, I thought we was just gonna focus on this, but she made me focus on myself, which changed my money, grew my money, changed my business. So I believe that, people can have whatever they want if they shift their mind about what they want and what they desire. And I really come from a standpoint of healing and money, because those are two of my favorite things. Like being your best self. The list, don't judge me, it's Invisalign. Being your best self and making as much money as you want so you can be your best self. Like, you can't fully heal if you are in poverty. You can't. If you have a broke person's mindset, you can't fully heal because you're worrying about, y'all got me hitting the ground running. Because you're focusing on how you're going to eat, where you're going to live. And so I really come from a standpoint of, healing. I'm not a therapist, but healing a lot of your broken thinking around what you can have and what you deserve, so you can have and live the life that you want and desire. So that is what I do. And what I was talking about as far as efficiency, like I realized, so on certain days, you'll see me moving. And on other days, you'll see me stopping at the chiropractor, going to get cookies, swimming and things like that. Even though I go swimming a lot. But what I found was when I shifted how I go through my day, and this has a lot to do with how much money you can acquire too. How efficient are you? Like, are you leaving money on the table because you don't have your systems and efficiency set up? So where you're kind of all over the place and people confused on how to work with you. So I shifted my week in that the public, like if you're working with me for the first time, you can only schedule me on one day a week, because that's the day I take new people. That's the day I take new meetings. If you're already an individual client, you get access to a second day, but I try to put everybody on one day because we rotate. We don't meet every week anyway. We meet every other week. And so when I shifted that in my life and in my schedule, I am more efficient. I know in my main work day is Friday. Another day, many times it's either Thursday or Saturday. Thursday evening, some Saturdays. Some people don't like working on weekends. You ever try to go to the mall on a weekend? I go to the mall on a Monday. You know why? Because I make my weeks more efficient. I go to the mall when nobody's there. I can shop. The people know my name. Oh my God, you're here. I like to move the way I like to move. And so I will work on a Saturday. I'm just clarifying. But the biggest work day for me is always Friday. I schedule all meetings, consultations, individual clients, and it rotates. Some, the flexibility of it shifts. But Friday is when I'm hitting it. And I will work from sun up to sundown on Friday. What I find is if I'm already in the zone of knowing that I have to work, knowing that I'm going to hit it, knowing that, I might miss a meal that day, that's fine, because I'm in a zone of counting numbers, reviewing taxes, things like this. When we are fully immersed in tax season and there's a bunch of employees, I only train, or I only have conference calls. I'll have conference calls with them on different days. But it allows more flexibility in my week for me to focus on new money. I have a day every week. I forget which day it is. I rewrite it every week, where I focus on new money. So let's say I took consultations and individual strategy calls and new people who want to work with me one-on-one for the first time every day of every week. my focus and my thinking, because I pray and meditate before calls. I want you to get the best and highest form of me. We talking about your money and your life. You need the best version of me. So let's say I'm doing that all week at random times. I can't really get in the zone of how to bring my own self to the next level. So I have a day where I focus on new money, like new endeavors, new opportunities, where I'm looking at things that I wanted to research more. I have a day for that. I have a day where I focus on social media, meeting with social media marketing influencers and things like that. There's a day for that. And it allows me, if I'm in that zone, to be in that zone, which made my weeks way more efficient. I used to, when I was helping doing taxes, and I wasn't I was one in the earliest stages, I was on the ground doing taxes. I used to do them every day. And so I'm trying to do this and I'm trying to do that, and I'm trying to do this. Now, if you want to talk to me and you want to bypass an employee and talk directly to me, you can only talk to me on a Friday. And so it just allows me to be more efficient. Like, we work with, now we do, even though we focus on business taxes, I still help some of our older members of the community, and they don't like to upload stuff. So I have to, many times I'm the one picking up their stuff. I only do that on Fridays, so it's like, it allowed me. So what's my point? When you really shift, I had to shift my mind about how I was working. I had a belief when I was working in corporate America that you work every day. You're supposed to work every day. That's the only way you're going to be efficient. That's just not true. You can literally get more done in less days. You can, set up your business to work so efficiently that you only have to work 1 or 2 days a week, and you can focus on getting new opportunities, bringing your brand to the next level. You can't do that if you're working on current matters. You need something called executive thinking time, and the only way you can do that is if you have time set up where that's what you're doing. I'm sitting here pondering, I'm researching something I saw, I'm meeting with somebody about a new opportunity, I'm driving, I'm swimming, I'm going to sit in the park. Like, you need dedicated time for that. And it sounds like, woo, if your mind is not used to that level of thinking. But you need dedicated time for things to bring you, your money, your business, your life, your relationships to the next level. Like, if you schedule therapy, but you're working all the time and you're missing all the therapy appointments, you're not going to heal whatever area you were going to therapy for. But if you know, like, on Tuesdays, I go to therapy at 12 o'clock, I'm going to schedule my day around this, because Tuesdays are my healing days. You might decide to take yourself out to eat before. Like, you have to set your life up in a way where it is conducive to making more money. That's the gist of all this. If your life is set up in a way where you're always busy, people swear that busyness equates to more money. It does not. If you talk to people or research people or follow people who make a ton of money, you never see that. Well, during a special project maybe, but many times you see them taking care of themselves, reading, learning new things, and implementing those new things into their business. You don't see them running around all the time, stressed out, always working, always on the scene. You don't see that. People who making real money. I'm not talking about people who got us food on the gram. I'm talking about people who making real money. You don't see, the craziness. And so you can literally bring your money, bring your brand, bring your life to another level in focusing on it in less time. You do not have to dedicate every hour of every day to being busy and working. And when I shifted my mind before my clients caught on. My clients were looking at me like I was crazy I was like, we about to take a new approach. You can't do that. I was like, watch me. And so I literally, and it's good, because if something happens in my life, I'm not freaking out about my business, because I'm not in my business or inside of my business every day. And even your employees and people you hire, you need to set up a system where they're not coming to you all the time. And they're not even looking to, be on this hustle, busy mentality either. And so that is super important. And that's a huge part of how I have allowed myself, been able to position myself to not only seek after more and better inside of my pockets, but also be a better version of myself. I allocate time. Like somebody DM'd me today or wrote a comment today or yesterday asking, I see what you're doing today, but what time are you waking up? I wake up extremely early. That doesn't have anything to do with my success rate. I wake up extremely early because I go to sleep really early. But if you stay up really late, then your schedule can go into figure out what's conducive to you. For me to work back to back to back in one day is more efficient than to work every day with breaks and I'm going to all these random meetings. That's not efficient for me. And so you have to shift your mind around what productivity looks like, what efficiency looks like, and where your focus should be. If you're never focusing on new money, new opportunities, your business is going to kind of plateau at a certain point. You're going to hit a ceiling. You have to set time to think about these things. You have to set time to take care of yourself. Or you're going to be working, and then it's going to hit a point where you're going to get sick and your business might be severely impacted by it because you've never set in time for you to take time off. So if we're talking about daily money, and we're talking about making more money, and we're talking about making money that's inside of our business and it's efficiently made, and we have these checks and these alerts coming in, like set up systems where your money flow is efficient and conducive, and your mindset around how to make that money is very different than I'm busy all the time, I'm hustling all the time, and you're overlooking. Like, you really need to start thinking about pieces of your business and your money that needs attention outside of the everyday grind, and set time for that, because that's how you bring your money to a whole nother level.